Good morning, traders. It is 6:01 Pacific, and I will take a quick walkthrough of the Apple price action in this video. I just wanted to point out the significance of the closing prices and how it helps uh, estimate. I don't want to use the word predict too much, but estimate price action for the near term. It's quite interesting how in Apple we have obviously seen a correlated move back in, just like we have in NQ and we have in Tesla. Now, I like to draw these wave lines sometimes to signify to show how the ABC price action occurs. Now, we have seen a completion of the waves A, B, and C. There has been no further extension down. In fact, we have seen a rising trend line in Apple with a bottom edge of around 120 to 121 area, which obviously becomes a great area to purchase, to buy Apple stock, right? If I were to repurpose this line a little bit, and I can't, okay, hopefully I can because I found the edge of it. You see how this trend line was significantly breached yesterday. Such has not been the case for Tesla yet. Today we will get a test of that line in the downtrending line in Tesla, but this has already been completed. It was completed yesterday by in Apple, but this line was tested. It offered failure. Actually, not yesterday. That was Friday. It actually failed Friday, and then it gapped up on Monday, and then just held it powerfully, held it on the upside, creating a new bullish channel with prices basically tracking right in the middle. So this channel that I drew here is a 1.0 standard deviation 30 period channel. So 15 minutes. So you guys get it, right? So 15-minute periods represents almost a full day and a couple of bars from the day before, which is a very good marker to just show you like whether the price is consolidating or trending, and if so, in which direction. Now for Apple, I obviously am bullish. This chart is a beginning of a bullish move. However, we might be overextended in the near term, and the overextension is pretty clear, guys. Look at this profile. Look at the dark. Hopefully, you guys can see this. Look at the dark brownish what tri-modal profile, right? So we got mode one right over here. I don't want to like complicate the chart by drawing too many, but let's just try and maybe draw a few shapes. You see this, guys? You see how the POC is right where the largest volume area edge is? So the POC from yesterday, which is a naked POC today, means it hasn't been touched since the day it was formed, is 126. And then we have a significant skew, a P, right? P for peanuts, P shape at the very end, which nearly took out the POC in terms of size and strength, right? That's where Apple closed. So this was significant in the sense that Apple traders want want the price to move this direction. Now, where exactly? A simple technique for calculating balance targets, they are called PBTs, right? Is, and I'm just going to like put that out here and just say PBT. What does that mean? It's projected balance target. How is it calculated normally, guys? We do this a lot in futures. I trade in the futures using PBTs as targets. That's why I'm able to hold my trades for such long periods. So the way to do that is to simply find an edge, either an edge or a low. So if you take this low, let's just say 122, right? You see how far the POC is? It's about 4 points from this edge, right? If you get a skewed volume profile, you just take the distance from the low to the POC and add it to the POC. So 130, right? That so 4 here, so 4 there. Naturally, this HVN over here, whoops, need a trend line now. This HVN over here becomes a projected balance target based on the action of the day. The action of the day is to skew the price upwards, and it normally will try to achieve its PBT before the week is over. That's just obviously it's an analytical approach to kind of finding out where to take profits or otherwise exit your weeklies, but it works great. It works great most of the time in futures, and I feel like it also, as long as the futures correlates with the instrument you're trading on the stock side, right? It tends to serve the same purpose, and that's the point of the calculation, is to give us a guideline. So this is where Apple traders are guiding us. They want to test the 130 edge, and is it any surprise that they want to test the 130 edge? 130, nice round number, nice edge again. Actually, the edge is here, 129. 130 remains a high value node. As you can see, it is a fairly significant high value node. It's has more volume than 132. It has more volume than 127. It even has more volume than 123. So it remains the most significant HVN. I'll move my trend line to the left so that you guys can actually see how big it is. It's fairly big. It is only overshadowed by the 134 HVN, the 135 HVN, and it is also overshadowed by 136. So this is where, like I said in Tesla, guys, in the Tesla video, I was talking about a trimodal formation, right? The three modes, the three volume intensity areas that you see. So for Tesla, it was 840 up here, which corresponds to around 135, 136 for Apple. But here in Apple, we also want more balancing happening here. We want it to balance between 125 and 131 so that we get a nice rising, rising channel which projects Apple back into 136, at which point it will stay for a little bit before trying to take out this bad boy right here, 143. That remains the main target, guys. So I don't know where this line came from. I'll remove that. But this remains my target for all my short-term trades. Now, not weeklies. You never hold weeklies for such a distance, right? That's just that's option suicide. You don't do that. But you can definitely trade the underlying, or you can trade a couple of calls, couple of months out. Although you are stuck with time premium, and I don't like to do that as well too much. But Apple remains one of those few stocks on which I will trade monthly calls, but not too many. I'll keep my size um, quite conservative. Uh, I only will trade it if I find significant confluence with the ES and NQ, simply because Apple's everywhere. Apple is included by all of these major indexes. So anyway, guys, so, what are we looking for in terms of steps for Apple? How would the price move? First of all, price close significantly on the upside, leaving a very large, distance traveled from the prior day. So that's a nice move. Now, what is it doing in overnight? Not moving much, 127 still, right? I expect 129 to be completed as soon as possible. If we find a lot of weakness in NQ today, then yes, because this was a trimodal mode 1, 2, 3, it is only natural for these zones to be tested. So obviously that makes 126 and it makes 124 uh, kind of potential retest zones. Now, if it fails here, if Apple fails and falls back into this area of balance, guys, you see this lot of volume here, and a half gap, right? Still unfulfilled half cap at 122. This becomes our downside target in case it comes back. This becomes our stop. Okay, we do want this stop. We want price to stop at 122 if the upside momentum is to continue. Of course, by 122, you already have to start to figure a test of this line. Don't get married to this little tick level 122.52 here. That's not how things work. You generally have to think of targets as zones. So this is the zone for retest and for hold. How do you see that it is holding? Very simple. Just look at the price. If the price wants to settle there and skew down a little bit, in fact, and if the POC starts to move down the point of control, or if you start to see a distribution that is B for boy shaped skewed like this, then you know that it is trying to do a look below and go. It wants to look below here, 190, 118, and go down further, wherever that is. Hopefully that shows up in the picture. It's not, it's in the 110 area. So that's how we want to think of targets and tests as zones. So this is the first, this is definitely hopefully a stopping point for Apple, the 122 area. And then to come and take out the 129, that's our PBT. What happens after PBT? Well, that's another video, but where do you think we're going? We are definitely looking to test this edge right here, the 133, 134 edge. Switching back to a trend line here, right here. So we do want, this is the test we want, 134, 135 area. And a test and a hold with price consolidating here gives us significant impetus to go and test the 137, 139 edge. And that's how price moves, guys. It moves in small steps, baby steps. It comes back to finish unfinished auctions, which this zone was. This zone still is for at least 30 days that I have loaded up. If I'm increase this, then I think we see a better picture of the single prints that I like to see. So the single print zone remains this one, 111, and that remains, or actually, if I use the word stop, I will confuse you guys. So I will just put the word stop here, 111 being the hard stop, because that's where the significant spike movement was, and half cap is still valid and open. So 111 will remain 2021 Apple low test, I hope, and nothing further below. But this will become step one then, right here, the one that I just moved below. So this becomes our downside target, step one, the downside target, and that I can actually mark it to 122.21 area. Yeah, that's fine. So like that. And PBT obviously is added properties is 130. Just for the price action for this week, guys. These targets are weekly, so that I can help you, trade the weeklies and what have you. So that's what it's looking like for Apple. Hopefully, it makes sense to you guys. Significant is that this downtrend line was broken, significantly held as well yesterday, and that's this area of balance. Like I said, see this normal distribution that the price has made right about here has seen an upside breakout. Now we need follow through, and we need good strength in the NQ to make any of the other possibilities come to life. So that's it, guys. That's my Apple video. Hopefully, you guys like it. Please do like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.